parting. Going to come through once again, put my comb on the flat part of the head. There it is. This little center point here, the highest point. I'm going to come through and section off everything right down to the recession, guys. Everything before the recession gets sectioned away. Everything beyond it and above it is part of my triangular section at the front. Could go a little bit more now to the right, and it's okay to do that, guys. It's okay to cross-examine what you're doing. Here we have our two panels here at the front. We're going to groom them together now, from the back all the way to the front, like so. What we have now is a nice, clean, balanced triangular section at the front. Now that that's complete, all I'm going to do is come through now and just section it up, guys. Sections slightly more horizontal in their form, with the idea being to build a little bit more weight than normal. I'll come through, lift the section on up, fingers behind the comb. Once again, we're relatively on the flat part of the head, so we're not concerned about building too much weight just yet. Now, just above it, and again, once I come towards the rounding of the head, guys, that's when I'm going to be more conscious of my over direction. As always, I want to check the guide. When I'm on the flat part of the head, that's the point where I want to elevate as opposed to over direct. Reason is, on the flat part of the head, guys, I don't want to build any weight whatsoever. We only want to build weight on the round part of the head. Little tap down. Okay, going to groom the hair right on down now. More over direction than normal. Even by this little movement already, you can see how everything wants to sit a lot more flush with the head shape. And that is due to the roundness of the shape. Again, all I'm doing here, guys, is just examining the root each time. Be very, 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 not forceful, but definitely, guys, be adamant on moving the head, moving the body, and moving the fingers. Elevate everything now underneath the flat part. Come around to the back, guys. I'm still going to step left, lift the section right on up, bring that in nice and tight. See, guys, from really over directing in the manner in which we did, we'll see that little bit of not excess weight, but definitely, I suppose, the right portion of weight that we have here on the sides. So here's our graduated line. The number 3 is going to go right underneath that graduated line. What we're doing here is we are removing bulk. So see the way I'm moving up and down, like so, just skimming off my graduation. Number 3 going to come up against the way the hair is going. Once again, very important that, guys, against the growth pattern of the hair. Number 3 right up to the graduated line. Going to come just the top of the ear here, guys, just in line with the temple peak point. What I want to do also is a nice little beard fade. I'm going to bring the zero line nice and diagonally into the beard. We have the mastoid process bone. That's basically where our tapers stop. So we bring the zero just underneath that area there. Right on up to the graduation, to where the number 3 was placed. 2 open if you need to. I'm going to flick the number 2 right into the number 3. And number 1, this is how the 2 meet above the ear, as Braden asked. The number 1 goes above the ear and follows right round to the back. Now we're going to go in with the 1.5. 1.5. We're going to bring that right underneath where number 2 was. What I'm going to do now is come back down and blend the number 1 right into the 0.5. Notice how the motion has changed once again. It's more of a flicking motion, guys. Motion is more of a flick now. Okay, I'm going to go in now with the transition guard to blend what I've done with the number 1 right into the number 2. One open. One closed. We need to make sure these are completely blended out, guys, before we move on. Now we go in with the 0.5, at the back here. What I want to do now is look to blend out the line at the bottom. Notice how, guys, the 0.5 does not go over the ear. I'm going to blend out at the back. Go back in then again with the 1 guard. What we do now, before we actually remove the 0 line on the opposite side, we're going to shape that area up to preserve the shape up. did was a technique where we connected the top and graduate the sides at the same time. Yeah. That then we left the front panel slightly disconnected. All we done then atop from that was literally point cut at the front to soften it a little bit so there wasn't too much of a bulky apparent disconnection. It still is disconnected, but again it just complements the overall silhouette. There's a reason and a purpose behind it. It serves a purpose in the actual haircut. So that's something that we said, I don't really feel like cutting that, or I don't want to cut that, etc. We said we'd leave that just to assess how it would look with the overall shape when we were done. Apart from that, guys, then what we've done here on the back and sides was a little taper fade, which is a little hybrid of a fade and a taper. Taper, the zero line would start just on top of the ear and go into the back, whereas a fade, the zero line would go completely from the front all the way into the back. So what we've done, we've actually combined the two together. Reason is because we've got quite a relatively long hairstyle on the top, We haven't got a massive amount of space on the sides, and just something that I was quite enjoying.